What's good, everyone? Welcome to EMGM'S Sports. It's your boy Enzo. Finally, the day has arrived. It's that day, is the big day, the Euro final, Euro 2024 final, England versus Spain. Whoa, what a game we got in hand tonight. This is a fascinating game for me. Come on, let's be honest, yeah. Well, I want to be honest myself, yeah. Nobody, yeah, before the start of this tournament, nobody had Spain making the finals. Do you know what I mean? We saw Spain in the last World Cup. I think they went out in the last 16 or something like that. They got knocked out when they were playing under the manager. The manager was Luis Enrique, and do you know what I mean? Everyone still kind of thought like Spain. They've got a young team. They've got some young players in there, a bit of experience with Rodri and Nacho and Carvajal at the back as well. So they've got some experience. The Morata at front, they've got some experience, but everyone looked at Spain as if like it was they're on a transition. You know what I mean? They're still going through the motions. No one thought Spain will make it to the final. In this tournament, people were kind of looking at Spain for the future. 2026, yeah, the World Cup 2026. Maybe that's where Spain will arrive. But to everyone's surprise, Spain have played the best football in this tournament. Do you know what I mean? There's no denying that. They've won all 6 games. They've beaten Italy. They've beaten France. They beat Croatia. Do you know what I mean? They beat Germany, the host. So Spain have, do you know what I mean? They've performed. Yeah. Where other big teams have flattered to deceive, you know what I mean? Like England, Portugal didn't really perform. France didn't really play well. They were terrible as well in this tournament. But Spain, out of all the big nations in Europe, they have been the outstanding team. Do you know what I mean? When you watch the Spanish team, it's like you're watching a club team. That's how they gel. That's how they just play so well. Like, do you know what I mean? Like the movement of the ball. Do you know what I mean? On the ball, the passing, everything's so accurate. You got Rodri in the middle just detecting play, and then you got someone like Morata, who's not the most prolific striker in the world. Yeah, he's always like, with Morata, he's always been hit and miss. But even him, he's putting in a shift. I don't think he's scored yet in this tournament, but he's helping. He's coming back to help. He's making spaces for the 2 young wingers, Williams and Yamal, to do their thing. So his movement off the ball and the dirty work that he's doing is enabling other players to come into the game and create spaces so that they can go forward and finish off their attacks. Overall, Spain, very well-balanced team, starting from the back, the middle with Rodri, you know what I mean, and the top 3 boys at the front, they're playing really well, fantastic football, scoring goals, free-flowing football. Everything looks so good. It just reminds you of a club team. They're the only nation in these championships that we see that represents a club team. Do you know what I mean? Unlike England, it just looks like a bunch of individuals put together and they're going through moments. Do you know what I mean? England look like, they've got a moment in them. They've got players such as Saka, Harry Kane, Jude Bellingham, Watkins coming on as a sub against the Netherlands and getting that winner. So England have the individuals that could hurt you, that could do damage, and that could eventually win a game for them. If the game is tight, England have that. But with Spain, they're more of a solid, they're a team. They've got the foundations, they've got the tactics, strategy. Everything is in place, everything looking sweet. Now, also their manager, he managed the I think the under-21s, under-19s. He's managed all these teams, and he's from that foundation, the Spanish Federation. He understands the players. He's worked a lot with a lot of these players. He's worked with them in the past, so he knows exactly what strategy, what formation to implement to get the best out of this team. Do you know what I mean? And one thing I like about this Spanish manager is he doesn't just put players in there just to make up the numbers, or because they're a big name, he'll put a player in there. Do you know what I mean? For the sake of it. No, he puts players in position who are most effective in that position. If you know what I mean. Do you know what I mean? It's not like Southgate, where in the beginning he was trying Trent Alexander-Arnold in the middle to try and accommodate him or to try and fit him in. No. Or play Jude Bellingham on the left just so that Jude Bellingham can get on the team. Because Jude Bellingham is that good of a player, you can't leave him out. No, this Spanish manager, he's putting the players who play the best ability at that position, like Yamal, Williams on the left, Yamal on the right. just works perfect blend. Morata, he's not an outstanding striker. He could, I think he could easily drop Morata. He's not scoring goals, but Morata is very effective. Do you know what I mean? And even when Almo comes on as a sub, he comes on for Pedri. Again, very, very, very effective. You know, I think it could be them in this final. If the game is tight, it could come down to the managers. If the game is tight in this final, it could be all about the managers, what the managers do. You know, with Southgate, we've seen him being hesitant, making his substitutions. It'll be 65 minutes of the game, 70 minutes of the game's passing by, England are dropping off, players are getting tired, Southgate doesn't change it, he might change it in the 80th minute. Now, the key to this game might be substitutions. England undoubtedly have a solid bench. One of the best bench in the tournament. Do you know what I mean? Spain also have some great players, good players that could come in as well and make the difference. But I think in this match, just looking at both teams, I think England have the best bench. If you go the likes of Cole Palmer, Tony, Watkins, you know what I mean? You got Gordon that could come on the left. Do you know what I mean? So you got Bowen, the West Ham player. He can come in on the right for Saka. So England, in terms of options off the bench, they've got options on the bench. They've got quality on the bench. The only thing is, will Southgate or has Southgate learned from previous tournaments? He's made mistakes against Croatia in the 2008 World Cup, where England took the lead, but then sat back, invited pressure, and ultimately Croatia went on and won that game in extra time. Against the Italians in the last Euros in the final, England again take the lead after 3 minutes. England drop back, invite pressure from Italy, and eventually we know what happens. Italy win the game in 90 on penalties, and that wasn't even a great Italian side. England were playing at home at Wembley. What a great opportunity to win a trophy for England. That was an opportunity missed by Southgate. Big opportunity missed. Now, has Southgate learned from that experience? Has he actually learned from that experience? Would he make the difference in this final? Because how many more chances is he going to get to reach finals? He's had some great passage to the finals, like where he's just avoided some of the big teams. Look at the route that Spain had to take. They had to take on Germany in the last 16. Sorry, they had to take on Germany in the quarterfinal. Yeah, the host. That's not an easy. That was a tough game against the host, the whole nation behind them. Spain won that. Spain had to then take on France. Yeah, who, even though they haven't played well this tournament, they are well seasoned. These are vets. You know what I mean? France were in the last World Cup final. So France, they know how to win. They know what it takes to win tournament. Spain went out there, beat France to reach the final. So Spain have had some tough games, man. They've had to overcome some tough nations to get to where they are in this final. And England had a slightly easier pathway. Fair enough, you can only beat who's in front of you, yeah? But if you compare the two teams, who's had an easier pathway to the final is England. The difference now is, will Southgate make the right decisions, yeah, that will affect the team, that will enable for the team to go on and win the game? Because yes, England do have quality players, but it's also a lot about the message from the manager, the mentality of the manager, the way their manager is going to approach this game. If the manager is already feeling inferior, if the manager is setting up his team, you know, if the manager is setting up his team thinking, oh, Spain are better than us, I'm going to set my team where we can try and contain Spain, I don't think that's going to work. I don't think you can try and contain the Spanish side. They're coming at you. They're going to come at you. They're going to create, whatever happens, they're going to create chances. Whether you try and contain them, play five at the back, whatever you want to do, Spain are going to create chances. They're that good. They're that effective. They're that progressive in their play. Spain are going to create chances. It's up to England now. It's up to Gareth Southgate to drill it into his players, yeah, that they are good enough to take on the Spanish side. England do have recent experience. They played in finals. They had that World Cup quarterfinal game against France. It was a tough game. Southgate should learn some lessons from that. The players, the likes of Harry Kane, Jude Bellingham, Saka, should all learn lessons from that. Kyle Walker at the back. These are all leaders, man. These are all leaders. They should learn from the past mistakes they made in tournaments, yeah, and implement it in this game. Yeah, how many more opportunities will England get? How many more opportunities will Southgate get to win a tournament? It is a tough. Listen, the challenge ain't easy. We can all sit here. I can sit here on YouTube, giving out tactics and talking about how England can go on and win the game. But at the end of the day, it's going to be up to Southgate and those players on that pitch to go and do the job and bring home the trophy. It's easy for me sitting here talking, I know. But listen, we all have an opinion. I have my opinion. I'm just expressing my opinion. I'm sharing it with you guys. Yeah. For me, it's all about mentality. It's all about mentality. If England go into this game feeling with an inferiority complex, yeah, looking at the Spanish team thinking they are better than England, they're gonna lose. Simple as that. They're gonna lose. Listen, this is the World Cup. This is the European Championship finals. Yeah, you have to approach it, yeah, aggressively. I don't care how good Spain are, how well they've played, who they've beaten. England have to look at themselves in the mirror. Each player, the likes of Harry Kane, Jude Bellingham, Bukayo Saka, who else there? Kyle Walker, John Stones. You have to look at yourself in the mirror and say, listen, we're big time players. We've played in big games. We've won big trophies. There's nothing to fear, guys. It's nothing to fear. Obviously, show respect to the opponent. And the Spanish do deserve respect. The way they've approached game, the way they've played, the way they've won, the goals they've scored. Fantastic. Great. Listen, for today, in this one-off game, stuff all that, man. Forget about all that. Forget about how you played. Who cares how you played in the quarterfinals against Germany? Who cares about how you played against France in the semi-finals? It's all about the final today. This is a different game. This is England. We got big players. Do you know what I mean? We got big players. We can take on you. Look them in the eye and go take that trophy. It's not going to be given to you. You go take that trophy. A lot of these England players will not get the same opportunity again. Some of them it's probably their last tournament. This is an opportunity to become national heroes, national treasures. Just like I said on my last video. Go out there and grab it by the scruff of the neck and bring that trophy home. It's going to be tough. Heart rates are going to be off the roof. There's going to be moments where people are going to be watching the game from behind the sofas, with their eyes closed. It might even go to extra time penalties. Do you know what I mean? It will get to that stage where the whole nation will hold its breath. It will get to that stage, but come on, they can do it. I believe England can do it. And if Gareth Southgate approaches that game with a positive mindset, with a we can do it attitude, we are not inferior to Spain, England can win it. England can win this trophy. They will bring this trophy home. Now, let's touch back on the last game against the Netherlands in the semi-finals. The first half, probably England's best performance in the first half. Yeah, I think England can take a lot of encouragement from that. Now, in this match, England are not going to have the ball as much as they had against the Netherlands because Spain just totally dominate possession. Yeah. Now, it's all about how England react on the transition. Because Spain they're gonna bomb forward. They're gonna do their thing. And we saw against France. France had moments to score a couple of goals in that semi-final. Spain gave them chances. It's just that France, their finishing was terrible. But Spain will give you chances. And is how England react to when they get those chances. You get a chance, bang, bury it. You have to bury those chances. If you get a chance against Spain, you have to bury Harry Kane, Saka, Bellingham, Foden, all these players. You get a chance, you bury. It doesn't matter if it ricochets off your ear or comes off your bum or whatever. Get a chance, bury. Get that goal. There will be moments where England will have to suffer in this game where they won't have the ball. They'll be pinged back. Spain will apply that pressure because it's Spain. It's Spain. But, guys, it's a one-off game. And the best team in a tournament doesn't always win the trophy. I look at Greece when they won the European Championship, there wasn't, I wouldn't say there was the best team, but what they was solid. They were solid defensively, yeah. And they go and in decisive moments, they didn't miss. They beat Portugal in the final. They scored 1 goal, a header from a defender from a corner. And Portugal team at that time was fantastic team. They had the likes of Rio Costa, Luis Figo, a young Cristiano Ronaldo. I think they had Deco. Mate, I don't know if you remember that 2004 Portugal team, but for a lot of you that are, you know, you go look on, go check it out. Go check out that squad. That was an amazing squad. And Greece still were able to get the best out of them. Do you know what I mean? So England can do it. But like I keep saying, it's gonna come down to the man management side of things, the game management side of things from Southgate, drilling into his players that they're not inferior. Do you know what I mean? What I don't want England to do is going into this game is to feel inferior to the Spanish. Do you know what I mean? I've played football at the academy level, youth level, whatever. And it's all about mentality. It's all about mentality. If you're going into that pitch, you're thinking, yeah, Spain, you know, they're mesmerizing, and you're like, wow, you know, they're fantastic. They pass the ball. The young kid, the 16-year-old Yamil Yamal, he's fantastic. He's great. He's doing that, cutting off on his left and bending it. You're thinking about Rodri, how fantastic a maestro he is in the middle of the park, dictating play. You're thinking about all that. You're gonna lose. You're not gonna focus on your own game, and you won't be able to implement your own game plan. You won't play your game to the best of your ability. So the most important thing for the England players is, and the England management, is to focus on themselves. Focus on yourself. So many times we've seen England focus on the other team's strengths and look at their own weaknesses. No, England, you focus on your strengths. Look at the strengths that you have and look at how you can hurt the Spanish. Stop thinking about how they're going to hurt you all the time. Look at the players that you have. Use your strengths, your advantages to hurt them. Now it's up to Southgate to drill that into the players. Do you know what I mean? It's up to Southgate to drill this into the players. If Southgate's feeling inferior himself, if he's thinking Spain are too good, you've already lost the game, man. Most battles are won before the fight. Do you know what I mean? You've already lost mentally. So for me personally, like I said, yeah, Spain definitely favorite for this game. On paper, they're favorite. Yeah, but I don't think the gap is that big. Seriously, I don't seriously believe for one moment that this England team is that bad. They're not capable of beating the Spanish team. I don't think the gap is that big. Yeah, the only difference that I really see, Spain are well coached. Spain have a clear strategy. Spain have a clear foundation, a clear game plan. England don't. England sometimes, most of the time rely on moments because they've got the players for these moments. Like we saw against the Netherlands, Watkins came in, scored the equalizer. England have players for the moment. Spain are a well-oiled machine, well-drilled team, well-coached. We already know Southgate is not the best coach. We know that. But he's very fortunate. He's a lucky man. Now, can he be lucky one more time? I think they will. I think they will. I think England will win the final. Let me give my prediction now. I'm not even going to sit on the fence. Spain are favorites, but I believe England will win this final. I don't know what their score will be. Maybe let's say 2-1 or whatever. But I think England will have learned from the past failures. I believe Southgate would have learned from his past failures, his past mistakes. And I think in this game is going to be more positive. I think it's going to be more positive with his substitutions because this is probably his last tournament. Win or lose, it might be Southgate's last tournament. We'll find out after the game. But because it's probably his last tournament, why not go out with a bang? Why not go out with a bang? Don't go out there, stink out the place, and then cry about it later. No, go out there, give it your absolute best. Bring that trophy home. Now, in terms of formation, in the last game against the Netherlands, England played a back five. Would they stick to that? Or bring it back to a 4 at the back? But with the 5 at the back, it suits Phil Foden. You can see how Phil Foden was dictating that first half against the Netherlands? Or would Southgate revert it back to the forward, the back, and put Foden back on the left, which it wasn't really effective for the first 4 games or 5 games, whatever. Yeah, so now Southgate has a major decision to make. But I think he'll stick with the 5 at the back because I think England look more solid, they look more fluid, they look more comfortable in that formation. So I think Southgate will go with the 4 at the back. You just have to watch it because the way the Spanish push on those wingers, do you know what I mean? Trippier and Saka might just get pushed back, and then, do you know what I mean? Then you might lose those wing backs for England. So England just have to watch it on, you know what I mean? Like, just have to watch that. So, you know, hopefully Southgate gets the tactics right, gets the formation right, and England can go out there and play the best game and bring this trophy home. So, yeah, there's been a lot of talks on, I've seen a lot of negativity, man. People like, oh, Southgate is not good, Southgate's that, Southgate's leaving, Southgate. Listen, today is not the day for all that. Today is definitely not the day for all that. Today, everyone get together, the whole nation. Let's all get together, support England, and, you know what I mean? Let's give these boys the best opportunity possible. Let's all get together, stand as one nation, and get England, help England bring that trophy home. And I think they will. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. You know, obviously we're a few hours away from kickoff time. Let me know what you think. Will England bring it home? I think they'll bring it home. I think England will win this trophy. I will see you again on the post-match review after the game. Hopefully, I'll be positive. I'll be joyous that England have won the trophy. They've won the European Championship. So, fingers crossed. All the best to the players. All the best to Gareth Southgate. From your own Enzo, EMGM Sports. Come on, England. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.